Welcome to Sorry Not Sorry.
Alright, this is episode 1 of what we hope to be a weekly vlog series. You know, we're basically going to touch on a lot of things. If you couldn't tell by the name, Sorry Not Sorry, a lot of people are going to get offended. There's going to be things that we talk about that other people don't agree with, but as my friend here likes to say,
No fucks given.
and that's
Like
about
zero.
The whole point of this is to get points across and facts and stuff to some people that don't have the voice, don't have the balls to do what we're about to do.
Or they can't, work related, they can't be so outspoken, but they want their views heard. That's what we're here for. And, no offense if we hurt your feelings, but we just don't give a fuck. So, with that, we're going to just dive right in. Before we dive right in, actually, we have a brand new email account. It's sorrynotsorry1776 at Gmail. Comments, negative comments, good comments, topics you want to hear, shoot them off to us, and we'll go ahead and give it a gander and see what we can research for it.
Right, absolutely. Give us a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, comments, share this, whatever you want to do, we're open. So let's get right fucking
Dive
down
right
to
into
it,
it.
man. So, muzzleloaders. Banning a fucking muzzleloader.
Well, I shot one a while back, and it took me like 25, 30 minutes to load the motherfucker.
Right.
So in a mass shooting scenario, I would hope he had a muzzleloader, because he disarmed in a matter of seconds. But
Right, and 20, 30 yards tops. I know some people maybe 50 yards at most.
And that's a great shot with a very clean gun. And again, muzzleloader is just not the right tool. But the congressman that wants to ban muzzleloaders, like, let's be realistic, doesn't know his ass from the home ground.
Fucking idiot. Moving along, there's this whole controversy that's been going on all season long with the NFL. I myself, and I know you, have not partaken in watching the NFL, and that has helped make the NFL the lowest rated sports.
And that's great. And when I hear those numbers, I put a smile on my face, because it's finally getting onto them.
We're
They're
doing what
losing
they're
the
doing.
revenue, and we're hurting their pockets, and that's where you hurt people nowadays.
And hurting people. This Marshawn Lynch character, they play this NFL game in Mexico, and he sits down for our national anthem, the country that pays his salary. He sits down, but then when Mexico plays their national anthem, stands up and shows respect to them. Now, not to say that we should disrespect any country, but the labor laws and everything else in Mexico is a fucking joke.
And that's you can't even drink their water.
Right.
So and again, hats off to him for actually standing for once. But the biggest thing is you're not disrespecting your flag, but you're disrespecting your team, veterans. You're just disrespecting America in general, and this is a country that pays thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars so they can pay your multi-million-dollar salary.
Yeah. And then you have people like the UCLA basketball players. They go, China, is it? And 3 of them steal sunglasses. And our leader, 45, decides to waste no time getting them out of jail and brought back home.
It was the right thing to do, and from what I understand, they come from the dad is a retired NBA player.
Right.
His brother's an NBA player, so they come for money. So they did it for a rush. I understand feeling the need for a rush.
Right.
In this particular instance, he should have just went to the bathroom and jerked off, because not only you're disrespecting your school and your teammates, but you're disrespecting our country.
Oh yeah, you make us look like fucking assholes.
And then your dad goes ahead and disrespects the president, which, whether you like Trump or not, isn't the point. It's Trump took it upon himself to help an American citizen not spend any time in a Chinese jail. I've never been in a Chinese jail, or an American one for that matter, but I don't see it being any fun.
No way. I mean, 5 to 10 years they could have spent, because this is a huge crime in China. This is like, thankfully it wasn't Russia where they'll cut your fucking hand off, but this is a big deal. And he wasted no time bringing them back home so they can come back to their families. Now, the school did suspend
them indefinitely, which is clearly needed.
Exactly. I'm glad that they made a statement that they're not going to take this. But we've had past leaders leave American citizens in other countries. They've died, been tortured, and nobody has raised any concern with that. But he goes out of his way, like a week tops, gets him back home, and this is what he gets for it.
Well, and that's just the snowflakes not liking the outcome of the election. I mean, that's what it boils down to.
Realistically, I mean, you don't like the man, but he just saved your kid from the stupidest thing he could have possibly did for himself, for his family. Not only that, I mean, you just if I were to do that, I would get the shit kicked out of me by my family, and I would hope so.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just ridiculous, man. I mean,
on a lighter note, did you see the Navy pilot draw the big penis in the air?
Dude, I mean, granted, he's doing I don't know 1,000,000 miles an hour in the sky, so his design was a little off, but I thought it was pretty fucking funny.
It was good. But of course, liberals and snowflakes, they got to jump on them in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
These guys defend our country for a living.
Yeah.
And I I'm not scared to fly, but I would assume it's a lot scarier in a fighter jet than it is in a commercial airliner. These guys want to blow off some steam and draw a penis in the sky. I'm cool with it. Exactly. I think they should have a section, and they should each, the Air Force should do one, the Navy, the Army. They did. I saw that. It was very impressive.
Yeah,
a lot of colors there for them.
It's just I don't know, man. Miley Cyrus can go out and lick dildos on stage, and we got women dressing in vaginas walking around protesting, but these guys want to have a little fun, and everybody loses their fucking mind. I don't get it, dude. This is what it's come to.
Right. I mean, it's just a bunch of fucking snowflakes bitching and moaning because they're not getting their way. Unfortunately, America isn't Burger King. You can't have it your way.
I like that.
I was perusing the news the other day, and I came across a story.
All right.
In the last 20 years, $17 million has been paid out in harassment settlements. Now, it's not lawsuits, it's settlements that the government has come to a conclusion to avoid lawsuits. That's $850,000 a year. And it's all paid for with taxpaying dollars. So what really gets me was, why are we paying for their mistakes? And why aren't the congressmen and women, or whoever is these harassment claims are against, why isn't it coming out of their pocket? You constantly see, we got to cut funding here, we got to cut funding there. Well, we wouldn't have to cut funding if you would just hold people accountable.
Right. If I go out and leave your house right now and I run someone over, you don't pay for that.
Right.
I have to pay for whatever settlement comes out of that. So why are we taking it upon ourselves and not even knowing it?
Right. And that's the thing is, and the big thing with the article said was what little we know about those settlements.
Yeah.
It never comes across the president's desk. So it's like, why don't we know? Why isn't this public knowledge? So,
that's a good news story, though. I know, right? You were telling me about this on the way over here.
So, the Las Vegas shooter, his wealth, it's about $5 million.
Okay.
Is going to be dispersed to the victims of the shooting.
Okay.
Obviously, the more severe injuries, they're going to get the higher payout. So that's some good news there. I mean, I know it's not easy to come back from that in any state, but
right.
Hopefully, this lessens the burden a little bit.
Yeah, that's awesome, and I'm going to drink to that. That's a beautiful fucking thing. Did you hear? It's a small story. Not many people probably even know about this, but the volunteer fire department in North Carolina. Now, like we talked about, the key word here is volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to get out of bed in the middle of the night to go rescue someone's family from a fire, but they do that, and they're getting their funding cut, which is roughly $420,000. Because of a Confederate flag being flown outside their fire department.
The funny thing that you said there was North Carolina. They're a southern state. They were part of the Confederacy. It's part of their history.
Right.
And as you've seen in the news, the disrespect to just American history in general with the statues coming down, it's part of their history. And part of that news story, they're going to take the name of the county off and put graphics to symbolize equal rights and freedom of speech. And I guess in my view of freedom of speech is if I want to hang a flag outside, I'm going to hang my flag outside. It doesn't, and I granted, it is, you know, the county's property and whatnot, but at the same time, it's your history.
Right.
And it's those volunteers, like you said, volunteer, don't have to be there.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but when someone calls in to 911, they don't, the first thing the operator's not going to ask is, are you white or black or
No,
yellow?
not at all.
So the race to them means nothing. They're going to save your life no matter what. And now they're, like you said, this erasing history just continues, and it's affecting people we need.
Right. I mean, and it's just, you know, I'll monitor the story. You can monitor the story. We'll bring you as many updates as we can. Real quick though, and I know you had made a video about this before. Kaepernick, or whatever you say his name.
This fucking guy.
You know, I just want to kind of give my 2 cents on there. Is that
Right.
you know, he doesn't deserve to be the citizen of the year. He hasn't done anything worthwhile to have given back to this country. He's just disrespected it. You know, there's so many other people out there that definitely deserve that way more than him. You know, J.J. Watt from the Texans, $37 million he raised for hurricane relief, and you know, and he's an amazing player, and he's an amazing teammate, and he's an amazing humanitarian. You know, so I don't know what GQ was thinking there, but you know, my vote went to J.J. Watt.
J.J. Watt, right, or the 1.3 million soldiers that defend this country every fucking day. You know, there's a list longer than the Bible of people, in my eyes, that are more worthy of this Citizens of the Year.
What's the Bible?
Book people believe in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that really, that was a good point. I like that. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up. We did a pretty good job there. I'm sure we offended some people, which, I mean, sorry, not sorry. So yeah, if you like what you hear, you didn't like it, leave us a comment, like it, share it, view the shit out of this. You know, every week we're going to do this. We're going to take everybody's concerns into, you know, our thoughts and put it into these videos. And this is going to be a weekly thing. And if you have something to say, or you want to be a part of this even, hit us up.
Yeah.
You know,
we definitely,
come on out.
We'd love to have, you know, a guest. You know, let's argue your point.
Bring beer.
You know, you bring beer. Beer is the entry fee. You know, we definitely we're red-blooded Americans. We drink. We also eat bacon, so if you don't like pork or something,
Bacon,
don't worry.
beer.
But realistically, seriously, if you have a topic you want us to cover, please shoot it to us. We'd love to dive into it, check it out. And again, negative comments, positive comments, dislikes, we take it all.
We're doing this
except for our feelings about your feelings.
Right. We're the voice for everybody else. And
Correct.
that's if your boss is going to look down on you for what you say, shoot us an email. I'll say it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Absolutely.
That's what we're here for. So thank you for joining us. We're going to finish these beers off and fucking finish the night.
Good night.